Hello there, you wonderful people, and welcome back to the Crested Gaming Lounge. In today's video, I will give you a review, but it's not an MMO review this time. I will review, in my honest opinion, probably the best survival game I have ever played to date. And it's called 7 Days to Die. I know many of you have probably heard of this game before. It's been out for a while. So we're going to... it's going to be sort of a mixture, I guess, between... It's not really my first impression, but it's going to be a review, but we're sort of going to wing it a little bit, right? You're going to join me on this journey into the game. But first, we must talk about the game premise a little bit, okay? So you get prepared for what you're going to see. The game is sort of like, it's still your typical survival game in the sense that you must brave the harsh conditions of a post-apocalyptic world that you wake up in. The world you wake up in is seemingly abandoned, with the exception of hordes upon hordes of undead beings wanting to kill you, okay? However, there are features that make this game stick out from other survival games, in my opinion, such as a very well-developed building and crafting system. The crafting system has apparently over 500 recipes to unlock, either through leveling specific perks or finding them in the vast open world. The building system, I think, is also very unique in the way that you can either build a structure from scratch with, building blocks and upgrading and stuff like that, or you can just take over an old abandoned building and reinforce it and take it for your own. I do recommend you do that, by the way. Just as a small hint, just do that. But simply building a stronghold for yourself is nowhere enough to survive this zombie-infested world. You also need food and ways to defend yourself. This is the typical, like any other survival games. You need food, and you need a way to defend yourself. Both these things are solved by raiding or looting buildings around the world, but beware, however. Doing this is one of the most dangerous things you can do in the game. The buildings are raddled with undead bodies that literally burst out of the woodworks or the floors. And also, a thing to have in your mind is that bigger buildings, sure, they hold more and better loot, but also holds greater dangers. So you need to be prepared. If you see a very big building, don't just run face first into it, because you're going to die, okay? Be prepared. However, the real danger in this game comes around, it sort of rolls around at the 7th night. That is when the skies turn red and the zombies go completely rampant. And massive hordes of them will come at you from nowhere and will do all they can to get to you. They will, the thing is, they will literally get through anything. They will try to go through walls, even the ground you stand on, okay? You need to be careful. This will then repeat every 7th night from that on. It will also become more intense as the nights go on. Like I said, for these nights you must prepare. You must prepare greatly. Even a concrete reinforced house will not protect you completely. The zombies will break down anything that's in their path. Walls, the ground you stand on, even if you have have cement under your feet or you're standing on ground, they will dig through the ground to get you. They will get to you. Right, we're going to get into the game a little bit, so I'm going to show you a little bit how the game looks like in sort of the first few minutes when you first wake up in the game. I'm going to do this. Okay, guys, we have just loaded in this world. Be prepared, though, when you do that. Even if you pick a world that is one of those pre-made worlds, that is not a randomly generated one, I will get to that shortly as well, it will take time. This game takes a while to load in a world, so be prepared for that. But we have just loaded in. They have dumped us on this road. We are literally, as you can see, almost butt naked, okay? We have nothing. We have nothing at all. Actually, I will do this. I will wonk. There you go. Much better for you guys. There you go. You can see up here, this is our objective at the moment. We need to craft a bedroll. I have no idea why that's our first priority, but we're going to do it. Meaning, we need grass. We need plant fibers. We're going to just, punch these tufts of grass. Because apparently that's the best way to get plant fiber in this game. There you go. We have collected enough. The crafting system is relatively simple. You press tab, and you get this little interface here. And since it is the tutorial, it clearly tells you this is what you need to do. It has this typical quest exclamation mark next to it. You need to craft the bedroll. So here we go. We can either click this craft button or press the W button. All of you gamers know this, right? It's WASD. Those should be super familiar to you. And then they pop up here in your little progress bar. And you can also see how long it takes for the item to be crafted. So we now have a bedroll. We can drag it into our inventory bar down here. And then it tells us to place the bedroll. So we're going to do that. We're just going to plonk it straight down on this road. There you go. This is now my home. This road. Right. Craft a stone axe. Primitive, but it will work. Gonna punch this tree. Minecraft style, you know. Doesn't do much in this game though, however. Don't go around punching trees if you don't have to. It's basically just in the tutorial you need to do this. We need to gather small stones. I think we found one over here. Yes, these. You need to pick up the small stones. And as you see there, you press E to interact with things. And we're gonna go pluck. We need more plant fibers. Punch. Punch. There you go. Now we can craft this little thing. Here we go. Stone axe. Extremely simple tool, but it will help us early on. So we don't have to go all Minecraft Steve on trees through the whole thing. We need to gather more plant fibers. Of course we do. I punched the ground. That big mistake. It hurts. There we go. We need to craft us some clothes, because as you did see, we are naked. And yes, I know I have a glorious afro and a beard. That's the only way to go. The only way to go. So we're gonna craft those. A shirt and some pants. Made out of grass. Seems, hopefully it will work. It will keep us relatively warm, I would say. There you go. We look ridiculous. Gather wood. Haha, we have an axe for this. I will gather more of this wood. Important to note as well, I will actually show you this right here. There is physics in this game, you know, compared to other crafting games. For example, Minecraft. You know, you can chop down the lowest part of a tree and it will still just hover there. There you go. These trees will fall. Everything in this game will actually fall. Yeah, even buildings. You need to be prepared for that. If you do not build a building structurally sound, it will fall down on you. So if you don't have any load-bearing walls or stuff like that, it will fall down, and you will be smooshed if you're inside of it. Let's see here. Wooden club. That's what we needed to do. This is our first very primitive weapon. It will do for now. We will have more plant fibers. We need feathers. We can get feathers from... Let's see here. There should be bird's nest somewhere. Bird's nest? There you go. We gather feathers from these. And also egg. We need eggs. For cooking, eventually. Small stones. We need more small stones. Please give them to me. Give me small stones. I require them. Why are you doing this to me, game? The small stones are very difficult to find early on if you're not, like, if you're on a road, you could just find them laying around like this, but there will be easier ways to gather materials eventually, trust me. Actually, you know what? Show a clip of that right there. Right now. Gathering materials. Important. Deja vu, I just been in this place. Stone arrows. And a primitive bow. Yay! I would recommend do not use it. Okay? I have played this game enough to know that that weapon is very bad for you. It sucks. You're better off using the club in the beginning. It is a bit more risky because you have to actually avoid being hit. You have to get sort of close to them to actually hit an enemy, but it is worth it. We're gonna craft a frame block, wood frame block. Simple pimple. We're gonna then put it out. Come on, there we go. Excellent. Here is what is interesting about the building in this game, I do think, actually. If you take out your stone axe. Difference. If you right-click any of these, any block really, if you try right-clicking any block out there, even pre-built buildings, you can try this on, it will upgrade that structure if you have the materials to upgrade it. So this block needed more wood to upgrade. We can, again, actually upgrade it once more to make it more structurally sound. Which means it also takes a bit longer to break it down. We're not going to do that. We're just going to leave that there for now. So that is how you reinforce your bases. You need to upgrade it with, like, first wood, with stones, cement, concrete, rebar, just anything you can get. Right, we need more small stone. Of course we do. Let's see here. It tells us to craft a campfire, so let's do that. Oh, there's a chicken. Hey, chicken, give me your eggs. Hello? Make a campfire, please. There you go. Tells us to place the campfire, so we're going to do that. There we go. We have successfully completed the basic survival training. Good job, survivor. You have proved to be capable with much potential. We have marked your map with the nearest White River Outpost location. There you will find a trader where you can buy and sell goods. And trade stories with one of our friendly citizens. I think this note might be a bit old. You know? So far in this game, in my 200 plus hours, I have not found another single citizen in this game. It's you and the traders that they mark out for you. That is about it. That is what you have. And as you will see when I show you the rest of this, like later game footage, you need to be very aware of what kind of tool you use. It is basically like in any other survival game. Again, I will take Minecraft as an example because I think that is a game that most people know. You need to use the right tool for the right job. You can use any tool, just like in Minecraft. However, the tool will, for example, break quicker. You will use more stamina if you use the wrong tool. So use the right tool. Simple enough. Here we go. Traitor Joe's, or Joel's actually. It is open, so we will visit this man. Important to know too, if you go into a safe area that you know is safe, close the doors behind you. Because they will go after you. If they notice you, and they will notice you. Their like detection range is insane in this game. You fart in a building 200 miles away, they will hear you. Ah. Here we go. It's actually Trader Jen. It's Dr. Jen. There you go. I haven't actually seen her before. This is the first time I see this trader. Here you go. So all we have to do right now is talk to her. But these places, these locations, these traitors are traders. It's because it says traitors on their signs. They can't spell, okay? These are important because they will give you an outlet to either buy things that you do not have yourself or sell them things that you do not need. For example, we're going to do this. Will you buy these? Yes. She will buy these, for example, for 20 things. You will see what kind of currency we're dealing with here. Here you go. 80 Dukes Casino token. That is the currency. If you guys have played, for example, any of the Fallout games, you will know this. Because there we use caps, right? We use Nuka-Cola caps. Same stuff here. Standard money, like paper money, that has been left is completely worthless in this game. You can sell it to them for raw material, but here you use Duke's Casino tokens to purchase things. So for example here, if you do not have food, you can buy food from her. If you need a generator bank, you can buy that. Always as well, always check her or their secret stash. There's always a bunch of cool stuff in there. Or most of the time. Actually, this time she has a lot of good parts. There is a motorcycle handlebar. There is a bunch of cool things.
Well, you just brightened my day. I'm
Hmm?
glad I could help you.
And also, they do have... This category is important to click as well. Do you have any jobs? These are the quest system in this game. These, you will be awarded actually a great deal of experience to do these. It's worth doing them. For example, here she has a tier 1 called Clear Zombies, which basically means she mark a location on your map. You need to go there, it's a building, you need to start the quest, and you need to clear out the building of zombies. It will tell you when you're done. It will show the zombies on the map and all that. Actually, you know what? We're gonna pick one of these up. We're gonna pick this Clear Zombie quest up.
Oh, I would kiss you, but, apocalypse hygiene and all.
Right, so we're going to now jump into the more a little bit, late game stuff, so you can actually see that, because this game takes a while to get anywhere. You have to spend loads of hours to actually progress anywhere. So we're gonna do this instead. So we're gonna talk about the gameplay in general, gameplay/combat, like we always do in the reviews, right? The game, in general, the gameplay is very intuitive, I think. If you've played any type of third-person game or third-person shooter specifically, it's very simple to get. You move around with the WASD button, you aim with your mouse. Simple enough, right? As you start the game, you saw that, right? We touched upon that. As you start the game, you will start with simple tools such as a stone axe. Eventually, though, you will upgrade to better tools that are made out of iron or steel. Very good. Those will break, though. You need to be careful about that. You will have to make repair kits. You actually need to repair them with specific items. You can't just, toss some more iron onto it or something. You need to repair them with proper things. Also, weapons. Super important in this game. It's actually, I would say, very important to pick a weapon type pretty early on, actually, that you feel comfortable with. Early on, though, if you find a weapon, you pick it. If you find a blunderbuss or a shotgun, actually show some of the different types of weapons now. Roll the clip right here, above my head. Good. But I would say picking a weapon type is very important, because that means you can spec into that weapon type. You can put talents into it, which makes you more efficient, stronger with that weapon type. Like I said before, you can decide between going melee-based combat or range. And in each of those two categories, there are numerous choices. So many choices. My God. Check them all out. Right. Important. I think there's many people that are going to ask about this otherwise if I don't touch upon it. You can play this game either by yourself or together with others online. I do strongly recommend you play this with others, as it becomes way more interesting. As you see, very interesting stuff happens when you play with other people, yeah? Also, when you make a new world, it's important to note that there are pre-generated worlds. I think there's 3 different ones, actually. Actually, just show them right now. There's 3 different ones. Those are pretty easy to choose if you're a new player, for example. I would recommend just going with one of those pre-generated worlds. Or you can randomly generate the world. So you can basically do that. If you're tired of the world you're playing in, you can just generate the new one to just have new stuff to explore. Super cool. You really need to be careful, though, in the world in general. As you saw before, you get hit, you take damage. Makes sense, right? There are many things that can hurt you and or cripple you, such as hunger, thirst, broken bones, food poisoning, infection. There's so many things. I actually looked it up a little bit before I did this. There's apparently about 50 plus things that could affect you either poorly or, in a positive way. So you need to be careful. You need to think about what you're doing, what you're eating, what you get hit by. don't fall from high places. Stuff, graphics. I will say the graphics is definitely not really something to write home about in 7 days. But as I have mentioned numerous times before, graphics does not really make the game. If the game has a great story and a game premise, it, you know, it can be great. And also the other way around, if the game's story and premise is shit and the game looks stunning, that doesn't really matter much. Then you can just go and watch a movie, right? Same stuff. Bugs and glitches. We always touch upon those. Sometimes there aren't any, but in this case, unfortunately, there is. There are some bugs and glitches. They can sometimes, unfortunately, make the game a bit unplayable at times. For example, if we have realized if you dig too many holes in the ground, turn the world into Swiss cheese, that can sometimes overload and corrupt your save file, which basically means random holes will appear everywhere and shit will fall into it. But the thing is, as these bugs and glitches do get reported, they are being tackled pretty quickly. The team, however small it might be, actually do work pretty hard on these things. They do take bug reports very seriously. Audio. We always touch upon audio as well. As a zombie horror survival game, the audio in 7 days really do reflect that, as it sets the mood with, for example, changing pace of music or overall noises that the zombies make, and also how the zombies react to you making noise in your surroundings. And that, I think, is very important. That shows that they really wanted to make a proper zombie survival game, because zombies could be standing inanimately in a corner and you walk onto some broken glass and they will just yeet themselves straight at you. That is very good in this game. Difficulty. As you start out in 7 days, as we just saw, it is relatively easy, I would say, but as the days press on and it gets slowly more and more difficult. Uh, Even in the early days, you need to strategize, like I mentioned earlier on, meaning you cannot just run into the building with a club, for example, and just start wailing at zombies. You need to actually, if you can, tunnel them or kite them around, take them out one by one, if you accidentally get, noticed by more than one zombie. Preferably, you don't, okay? Just try to avoid being noticed by more than one at a time. The real danger, however, in this game rolls around, at the seventh night, as the game suggests, actually. As this is where the blood moon rises and all hell breaks loose. Actually, roll a clip of that right now. Okay, I will wait. You will see how crazy this gets. Right, we have reached my overall opinion of this game. It must be mentioned, though. I will mention this right here. I didn't find a good place to pop it in anywhere else, but the team that developed this game, called the Fun Pimps, are a very small indie developing team. I think there's only about maybe like 5 to 10 people in this team. And the game has been in development for a while. It's been in development since like 2013, I think, was the earliest sort of archive thing I could find on their page. But to be fair, it is really a big passion project for this team. So even though the game is in early access still, it is very much worth your money to, try it out. And the thing is, it is very affordable. So I would recommend, if you like survival horror games, that you try and actually support this game, because it is terrific. And even though it's still in early access and has been for quite some time, it still gets regular updates relatively, quickly, actually. Now they have done many updates within like the past few months, and I would say it is worth definitely trying it out. It is a very affordable price on this game. I will actually post both the link to the Fun Pimps website in the description, and also the Steam webpage where you can check the game out for yourself. Like I mentioned before, the one bad thing I have to say about the game is the bugs and glitches. It can actually sometimes be very annoying. Luckily, though, I have noticed as of late that they're very rare and also far apart. It's not like it happens constantly, and they are being worked on constantly as they get the bug reports in. Guys, we have reached the end of my review of this very unique survival game. So, and also please tell me in the comments below what you think about the game, if you've tried it yourself or if you have checked out the game after my review. And also, what would you like to see on the channel in the future? I am very curious. And if you like the video, guys, please just boop that like button. Do it. And if you like me, maybe even consider pressing the sub button and become part of the Crested Gecko Lounge. And if you like to see more of me, I also stream over at Twitch TV. I will leave that link in the description as well, so go check that out. I stream over there 3 times a week. Fun stuff. Mostly me being silly, like now, okay? Until next time, people, I hope you have a great morning, day, or night, wherever you might be. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye!